Hi. Right, so I've just started doing resin. This is my first big, I say big pour because I've been doing testers in my little cat moulds, which are here. And I did a couple of small clocks. So I've just measured out 200 of part A and 120 part B, which is a 60 to 100 ratio from the resin that I use, which is, let me just show you, it's Resin Pro and it's transparent. It's really good, like it. You get very few bubbles in this. So what I'm going to try and do today is a couple of coasters out of my coaster mould. I've got a geo coaster mould. I do sell these in my art and craft supply store, and you can see them there if you join, and it's letter N, not the word and, so you can find me there, which is where you'll probably see this video. Will also be on YouTube in my group, or channel as they call it on there. So what I'm going to try and do is I've got three different colours. I don't know if you can see them, similar, sort of like pinky purple, and then a pink, and then I've got a gold, but I've also got some AB stones. They're sort of like gems without the holes in. So, and I do sell those as well, but I don't think I've got any in the UK. I think that's my Spanish stocks, because I am located in Spain at the moment now. Been here for about 6 or 7 weeks, can't remember now. But as soon as lockdown finished at the beginning of July, we headed over here. I think it was about the, I don't know, 5th or 6th, something around there. I can't remember the exact date. So I've been stirring this, and you can see it's, I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll just bring it over here, but there's very, very few bubbles in that resin, which I love. Alright, so I know from past mistakes that I can't leave it in this pot for too long. So as I've got 3 colours on the go, plus I'm going to keep some in the clear. So I'm just going to decant this, because okay, so I've no idea what quantities I'm going to need, because it's my first ever go, so we will see how it goes. And I'm going to need some clear, but I want it to be quite pink, and the stones I want to be clear, so I'm not sure how many we will get in this 3 or 4 moulds for the amount that I've done. I should have covered this plastic sheet with some plastic, but I haven't. So that's lesson number 29, I think, for me. But I have got wipes, so if I see any drips like that, I can just wipe it up. I've got my doors open and it is a bit dusty around here, so I have to be careful about that aspect as well. So, colours. So I'm going to do one at a time. And I better get a fresh stick for that, because I don't want to put resin in there. So I don't know how much of this I'm going to need, but we'll start off with, there's only a little bit in these anyway, so, and I do sell these pigments, and they're good for a starter kit. There's 5 grams in each pot. So let's have a look at that one. And that's a lovely pink colour. I'm liking that. It's got a shimmer on it. They are pearlized pigments, micas, sorry. So that looks like it's going to be rather yummy. It's still see-throughable, so you know what, I'm going to put the rest of this in. That's a nice lush colour now. It's got a bit more depth. Yeah. And it's a bit translucent as well, which is quite nice because it means that I can, if these spread a little bit, I'm just going to wipe the rest of that mica away before I start another, then it should be good to go. It won't hide them. So I quite like that idea. Right, next, may as well mix this gold, and I'm just going to put all of this in as well. No, I'm not, because there's quite a lot in that. I'm going to put good heat and then a little one. So I've still got quite a bit of that. There wasn't as much in that pink as there was in the gold, which is very unusual, considering they're supposed to be the same amount in each one. Oh, look at that colour on there. I'm hoping you can see that, but that is a beautiful colour. I am liking the colours of these. I know they're only small quantities and they're brilliant to try, but it gives you an idea, especially if you don't know whether you're going to be able to do resin or not, because it can be quite tricky. There are plenty of problems that you can get with resin, and I've had a few myself, not on video at the moment, but I will show you. I've got one of my little cats that I tried. I didn't bother putting the eyes in, but as you can see, there were a few bubbles in the eyes that I didn't get. But look at the reaction that I had to some micas that I used previously. All the bubbles in there. So yeah, I've not used them micas since. They were a Tim Holtz, actually. Were they Tim Holtz? No. Where are they? Let me just move something. They were these from Finbar or Finbear. I used those, but they reacted so badly with that specific. It was another resin, but they reacted so violently. And then I poured another mould, which was thin, and these came out. I mean, I know it was only a tester, but perfect. These ones, these came out perfect, and I didn't use the micas. And it was the same heat, although it was a different depth mould, so maybe the other resin is just for, just give that a little mix, thinner moulds. Maybe that was the reason, but I don't know. I'm just probably never gonna know. Right, so I'm gonna put a little bit more in there. So this is a different shade of pink, and I'm hoping it won't be too similar, because I wanted to mix them. This one's definitely darker and more purplish, but they are very similar. But anyway, I wanted it fairly pink, so that's what I've got. And so I've got the clear now. For the clear, I'm going to use my lovely stick. I don't need to mix it, but I will. Now I sell these as well. Right, so we've got clear here. Let me just give this a wipe. Okay, so this is starting to heat up now, so I need to get a riddle on. So let me, without further ado, get a few bits out of my way and get the mould into view. Okay, so this is my mould. I also sell them. So what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to put a little bit of this in here. and that is just to coat the gems later on. So that's fine. So I'm going to start pouring around the edge, and I'm going to put the diamonds on the inside, not the outside, and a lot of people do it on the outside, but I'm going to start by doing this, and it doesn't matter the thickness, as I say, it is just a play for me. I think I'll try doing 3. I think it won't do much. I might get 4 out of this. So we'll see. Let's see. Yeah, I won't get another one out of there. So okay. So let's put the gold in between them. And then what I plan on doing is filling it all up, but then putting the clear in the centre and then putting the gems in. So I'll use this as a separation. It'll push back the pink a bit. And that one has got a lot of resin in it. I think what I'll do is I'll fill all of that in as well. I've still got some more of that, so I might use it as a bit of a stripy thing going on. Right, so let's put the other pink in. Let's give it another little stir before we go. And then I'm going to pour it. In a swirly pattern. And yeah, they are different coloured pinks, so that's great. I've got quite a bit more, so I'm going to use this in here. A little bit more on that one. And what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to use the gold in this. Just to use that resin up. Okay, so use this, another mixing stick. Going through my little sticks today. I should have used my reusable ones. Should be enough for those. So I don't need huge amounts in there. Make sure they're all coated. They're a little bit runnier than I wanted it to be, but hey ho. So what I want to do now is pour this. So I'm just going to give it a little stir again. It's getting all hot. I don't have as much work time in Spain as I would in the UK because of the temperature difference, but this resin is specifically made for hotter climates. That's why I like it. So get those filled out. Like you can see through that the gold has sunk right to the bottom. I'm hoping it won't overtake, but we'll see. have a funny feeling it might, because gold has that tendency. Where's the stick? And I'm quite pleased. I know that mix will definitely fill these coasters. It's just a little bit shy, I suppose, so maybe another 50ml and I would get them all to the top, but they are a little bit under, but I'm not too bothered because they seem the same thickness, so that's all good in the hood, as they say. Right, so with this one I've not got a little spoon, so I'm just going to use the stick and I'm going to place these in the middle. Nice good amount. And obviously I don't want them sticking up. Because I want them to sit flat. Now these might move a little bit because they were put in resin, which was a bit more looser than I anticipated, but I should put the resin after I've put the gems in, I think, for next time. You learn your lessons on your way. But I think these are going to be coming out rather nice. So this is the one with a single pink in it and the gold, and that's just the two-tone with the clear. Put a few more in there. Just the excess resin. A few little excess drips going along. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I've just noticed an imperfection in the mould there, so that's not good. That will have a matte effect on the finish on the one of them slightly, but I can touch that up, I'm sure. We can sort that out one way or the other. Right, so that's me for this particular project. I'm just going to get a baby wipe and tidy up those little dots, but then I'll come back when I'm demoulding. Well, hello, it's the next day. I'm just about to unmould these, so without further ado, we'll just start peeling it now. You can see it's had a billowing effect on some of them, so we'll see what it's like. They're nice and solid. They have got a lip on them because they didn't fill the whole mould. But yeah, so the crystals are nice, and they're a little bit bumpy on this side because they did raise a little bit, but that's absolutely fine. And that's what they look like. And they are quite translucent, so you can still see through them, which is what I wanted as well. So that's really nice. So what I'm going to do is, when my gold pen arrives, I'm just going to edge it. Slight imperfection there with some sort of, probably a bit of mica that slipped in without being noticed. But there you go. This is the first try on a coaster. So there's that one. You can see the billowing. Now, what you didn't see on the video early when I switched it off was I did torch it. Well, not torch, but with my heat gun to just pop any surface bubbles that arose. And there was really very, very little, if any. And you can see it's such a nice surface. I was a bit touching it, so what I might do is I might just put a little flood coat on this, and that will take that edge away there. But yeah, what do you think? I hope you like them. I really like those, and the shimmer on them, can you see that? The gloss. So I think they're all going to be the same. Oh, look at that. I love the cloud sort of billowing effect. It's really, really pretty. Can you see that? That's really nice. So they're going to look really good with the gold lining on. Oh, look, I've got a little bit of blue glitter in there somehow. I've no idea because I never got blue out, so I don't know how that happened. But that must have been in the mould previously. So that just shows me I should have put tape in the mould before I started. So yeah, but as I said, these were testers, so that's not a big issue. And last but not least, this is the one that I used only one colour of pink and the gold and most of the clear. But I'm quite glad the gold's not taken over because it's pearlescent, but it's also opaque. So I really like that. You can see my hands through it. So yeah, so that's them. My pen's not here yet, so I'll expect that hopefully one day next week. So this is all I've got to show you for now. Lovely. Brilliant. I really like those for my first go. I'm really pleased, and I will be making another set very, very soon. I'll take some photos once I've finished putting all the gold lining all around the coasters. Okay, so close up. Excuse the mess on the table. I should have wiped it first. You can see the slight imperfections, which I know what to do next time. The little bits that have just presented themselves, like little bits of glitter and mica. And this was the one that had just the one colour in it, which I quite like as well. I just want the one pink, whereas this one had the two-tone pink. They are quite different, but still got that billowing effect, which I love. I mean, that one didn't seem to have any billowing, but I hope you liked it. Please subscribe to my channel if you do, and watch my progress on my learning with resin.